Welcome, rookies! The rise of the Sentinels is well underway, so I bring you essential information to help you efficiently drive back the Black Mist. Akshan, the new Sentinel champion, releases today, and with majority of regions being accessible, there is a lot of content to get to. But not everybody has so much time on their hands. There are other bosses to deal with. The increasingly high numbers may seem intimidating at first, that's why I'm here to explain why you shouldn't worry about them. And if that isn't enough, after that I'll walk you through the most efficient route to ensure that you are there when Viego steals every single feather that you should be defending. Let's briefly go over the basics of how this event even works. After the short intro, you are introduced to the World Stone, an enchanted sentinel map of Runeterra which allows them to track the Black Mist as well as teleport between their bases. On the World Stone, you can see a set of regions that are being sieged by Viego's Black Mist that you need to defend. Everybody starts in Demacia. After that, each week you get 2 new regions, each with a unique champion to recruit. You get to choose in which order to visit these 2 regions, which affects the story slightly. Depending on the order in which you recruit these new sentinels, they will provide you with different goals to earn points towards the event. These goals, which serve as little side missions during the games, are your main way to proceed through the event. After each game that you play, you will receive a certain amount of points depending on how many of these goals you have achieved. And the reward for each goal is going to increase every week. So right now, being the 3rd week of the event, you are gaining triple the amount of points that you would be getting in the 1st week. On top of that, you're also constantly unlocking new sentinels, each of them with a new goal to reward you points. So if you're worried after seeing thousands of points required for Ionia, just remember that you already unlocked 3 new sentinels, each of them with a new goal. Each of the goals is tripled. You are in total getting 6 times more points than you were in the first day as you started the event. Even further, if you play with either a sentinel or a ruin skin, you will gain extra points for that game regardless of how you perform. If you still aren't confident or you just want to play as few games as possible without missing any content, I'm gonna go over every single sentinel with the rewards and give you tips on how to efficiently complete these goals. To start off, Lucian and Senna ask you to get kills and assists respectively. For this, you should prefer a fast-paced game mode such as ARM or Ultimate Spellbook. Remember that you get no bonus for going over the limit, which is 15 kills and 17 assists, so try to distribute your takedowns equally. Gwen wants you to gain vision score. For a simple tip on this, provide many valuable wards and destroy enemy wards. Vision score is a little more complex than that. By default, you get 1 point for 1 minute of a ward that you provided, and you gain 1 point for 1 minute of enemy ward that you destroyed. Your points are awarded at the moment your ward expires or is destroyed. It's the wards that you place that can have different modifiers which reduce the amount of vision score it generates for you. If you place a ward and it hasn't seen anything of value in more than 60 seconds, it's going to start losing value up to 50% reduction. If you place a ward near other sources of vision, other wards, structures, or even lane minions, it's gonna be considered reductant, losing its value up to 75% reduction. Safe wards are considered the ones planted between your buff camps and your base. Depending on how close to the base they are, they gain up to 50% reduction. Wards placed directly within the walls of your base are considered pointless and generate no vision score whatsoever. Lastly, besides using wards, you can gain vision score from any other revealing effects. be it the blue flowers in the jungle, scuttleward in the river, or any ability that reveals area. If you spot something interesting, enemy champions, epic monsters, enemy jungle, you will get certain amount of vision score points for this action. For Vayne, you need to kill epic monsters. These include dragons, Rift Heralds, and Baron Nashor. If an enemy team captures a Rift Herald and they summon him in lane, and you kill this summoned Rift Herald, that does not count towards this goal. Next are Olaf and Riven. They will have different goals depending on which of them you recruit first and which second. I would advise you to visit Freljord first, as this way Olaf will give you a mission to destroy towers, which will avert a massive amount of points. If you recruit Olaf first, in that case Riven will want you to get takedowns, which is a combination of kills and assistances, which is something you already need to do for Lucian and Senna, so it goes well with the plan. If you however recruit Riven first, she will ask you to deal damage to towers, and Olaf will demand you deal physical damage to champions. This understandably cannot be achieved with some champions, so it restricts your champion pool slightly. Week 2 unlocks Irelia from Ionia and Diana from Targon. The efficient way here is to visit Ionia first, this way Irelia will reward you for quick games. In quick games it's usually difficult to complete many goals, so this will counteract that issue a little bit. Also, if you play one of the game modes, Ultimate Spellbook or ARAM, they will almost always end before the 35 minutes, so you will always get at least some points. If you do get Irelia first, Diana will ask you to deal magic damage to champions, which is a little restrictive as not every champion is capable of completing this goal. In case you have chosen Olaf as second recruit in the first week, you might not wanna do Diana second, as now you will have one goal to deal physical damage and one goal to deal magical damage. It's very difficult to achieve both of these in the same game. If you choose to recruit Diana before Irelia, Diana will ask you to get high crowd control score. You get point of crowd control score every time you CC enemy champion. This is again very restrictive as not every champion is capable of getting high crowd control score. Additional ultimate from Ultimate Spellbook might help out a little bit with. Consequentially, Irelia as a second choice will reward you for having a low number of deaths at the end of the game, which might be a little tricky to achieve consistently. And this week we unlock 3 new regions. First of all, everybody has to visit Piltover and Zone, where we recruit Graves, who wants you to steal. Way to go, hero. Way to go. After that we get Rengar from Ishtal and Pyke from Bilgewater. Optimal path should recruit Pyke first, who will reward you for earning gold, up to 20,000, which is roughly having a full build. Rengar being second will ask you to get kill streaks, which is number of kills you get without dying, regardless of time frame in which you get these kills. You can know what kill streak you're at based on the in-game announcement. At 3 kill streak you will hear killing spree, at 5 you will hear unstoppable, and at 8 legendary. Recruiting Pyke first makes things a little more difficult. Pyke will reward you for multi-kills, which means killing champions within 10 seconds of each other. After you achieve quadra kill, you have 30 seconds to get penta. With this, Rengar as second recruit will reward you for getting solo kills, which means killing enemy champions while no ally champions are around or getting an assistance. This is again a little difficult as everybody's gonna be trying to get assistances for their own quests. And at the variant, next week Shurima will unlock, which will reward you with Akshan, who only has one goal. He simply rewards you for winning a game. After Akshan, we should get access to the Shadow Isles, where there will not be another recruit, so we'll have to wait and see what awaits there. Riot's official page, we can tell that Shadow Isles is going to have 4 tiers, just like majority of the other regions, each of them rewarding tokens, with the last one giving 5 more as well as an emote. As of this week, there are also special rookie missions, which depend on what order you recruited the Sentinels in, but they are far too complicated and not really worthwhile to make a strategy about. So you can really see which ones you can fight for, maybe try to achieve them, but I would say just focus on the main Sentinel specific missions.